Alright, today we're going to remove and replace the rear windshield wiper motor on a 2004 Ford Escape, and this procedure is identical for a lot of the Ford Escapes around this model year. So we're going to start by taking the windshield wiper arm off, and to do that there is this tang here that you lift up with a flat blade screwdriver and just pull it up and then pull that out, exposing the spline shaft that the motor uses to turn the windshield wiper arm. Once you get that off, you can take that same screwdriver and kind of gently pry this ring, this plastic ring out from here. Once you get this off, you're going to see a nut, a large, thin nut that's holding the shaft onto the windshield. So when you get to that point, you can find a very large socket to try to get that off, but odds are what you're going to have to do is get a nut splitter. Just go to Harbor Freight Tool or a tool store, buy a nut splitter. It's better than cranking on that nut and potentially cracking your rear glass. So once you get that nut basically has some sharp jaws that you'll just put against that nut and then turn. It'll crack the nut and you'll be able to remove it easily. That's like an $11 or $12 nut at Ford service parts. So you need to get a new one of those, odds are, because these things tend to get pretty rusty. This boot doesn't really keep the moisture out very well. Alright, so first thing you want to do here is you want to take this off. Now this is actually a bolt with a big giant round head. Okay, so you want to get something like vice grips or soft jaw something and start turning that to the left. So go ahead and take that one out. Alright, so here's the old motor that's out. Now what you want to do is this piece slides up in here, this captured nut here. So you need to remove this as soon as you get this old one out, and then you can obviously then slide it right into the new one. Okay, so this is that nut. It's actually two pieces. There's like a little rubber grommet here and then this metal nut. So what you want to do when you put it onto the new one, it's kind of tricky. You want to separate them. You want to pull this, it just pulls right off. Okay, and there's a little feature that you want to line up with the tab here. So what I did was I sprayed just a little bit of silicone spray on the inside of this just to make it go quicker. Okay, so there'll be a little bulge there, and the tab is going to be facing the motor here. So you want to slide this, there's grooves here, so you want to slide this on without the nut in first. Okay, that slides pretty easy. And then you want to come in from the back side and you want to pop this nut up through. Okay, so once you have that nut on there, what you want to do is you take your new assembly with the nut and then place it back into the plastic housing. Okay, so you line up that hole, you get the other bolt holes lined up, then go ahead and sink those two screws right in. Okay, now that you have the motor into the housing, you'll take that whole thing and you're gonna put it up with the shaft through the hole. And then now I put this bolt up here in the window. So what I'll do is I'm gonna start those threads in that hole to kind of hold it in place. Okay, now with it held in place by that round-headed bolt that's into the two-part nut we put in, then I'm going to go ahead and put the this other nut up here and then make the connection.